Good evening, people. Time is 9:52 p.m. So I'm going to back this up.
To her. Sorry about that. My mic for some reason keeps shutting off. I've had someone come out to look at it. Not sure what the problem is. We're still trying to figure it out. But in the interim, I've got some video from CJ Grisham, and I have BZ Watchdog with me, who's a friend of Caroline. And I just want
What they got talking about, Caroline down in Fort Worth, Texas, got body slammed to the ground. She been in the hospital. I can't find the video. The guy talked to her. She had two black eyes, I guess a broken elbow, shoulder, and I can't find it. I tried, but I came across this one. They tell you more about that. What this cop did is, if you look, his name Carolina and Fort Worth versus Recycle Fort Worth cop Matthew Kruger, Kreuger. I guess they fired him from another police department. This is not the first time this cop done it. And I think his butt should be in jail. When you get fired from another police department, people, they should have some kind of website, for bad cops. That way, a police department can find out if they want him. This is not the first time Matthew Kruger done something like this. And you'll find out she made bond, but she been in the hospital in ICU. I mean, they bust her wide open. And I believe that Kruger sounds like a German name. I think he said they said he's German. But let's watch this.
I wanted to have him talk really quick and explain what's happened since last night when we signed out and the last couple hours. Go for it, BZ.
It's all a blur to me, so because I haven't had much sleep over this. I think a lot of us are having trouble sleeping, stressing, making sure she's okay. The bond was posted sometime this morning, so she was out of jail at about.
I thought she was in the hospital.
6 hours ago. She did like a little interview update. Man, that dude ought to go to prison. I mean, he's probably that far off.
His ass should be in jail.
Unaliving her like George Floyd and Derek Chauvin. I mean, it's we're lucky she's still with us. We are very lucky she's still with us.
She could have died.
Medicated with all the pain she's in. She's got a dislocated shoulder, dislocated elbow. She's got both black eyes. She's got some stitches in her right lip area and stitches above her eye.
I saw a picture from another YouTuber.
So outside of that, she's at home.
She looked bad with it.
Just a little while ago,
Kruger beat the shit out of her.
News stations.
Pardon my French, people.
I don't know if it was Houston or if it was Fort Worth, but hopefully they'll air it later tonight in the next hour or two. But with that being said, I know if you guys noticed, I've changed my tagline since my last live a few hours ago. I've actually shaven. I've got my hair cut. I pulled out the good old boonie cover again because I'm out in the trenches and it's wartime.
It's time to stop these bad cops.
The dog is let out of the cage. The dog has officially declared war on the Fort Worth PD, as you can see with my tagline now. It's not just watching them, it's declaring war on them. Anybody who is out here right now auditing, cop watching, we need to start getting a little bit more aggressive now. It means we need to follow them everywhere they go. I had a hard time finding a cop today. Finally found one doing a radar. He kept keeping his eye on me. Eventually, after his third or fourth stop, he called for 2 units to show up because he got a little nervous. And when I was done, I finally just waved at him, smiled, and just kept on moving down the road. And when I came back after I ended that live stream, he was looking really nervous, and I saw in his rear view he actually turned off. So I think he did leave the area. But I know that the other auditors out there were looking for cops today and couldn't find a whole lot of them. So I think they are in hiding.
I believe
They
it.
are scared. Kruger put their safety at risk. If anybody should be in violation of officer safety, it should be Freddy Krueger with what he did. So I don't know, Mike. I think I kind of ranted enough there and filled everybody in.
Well, first of all, we know that this all started because this dude simply.
Where are your papers, Mav? Where are they? Oh, you don't have any papers?
To the concentration camp with you. To the concentration camp with you. So
Ain't that funny?
Kruger is German, by the way, so this is very fitting. We're trying to make light out of the topic and subject, but it's just fitting that Kruger is German, and he's acting like good old Nazi Germany 1941 times. So this is kind of fitting with this game.
Well, so hold on, man. I thought that Kruger was Dutch, like Krugerrand. Make sure.
Nah, he's just the way he acts. He's definitely wanting like papers. So he's definitely. I mean, because you know what, people like that prey on the weak.
I don't earn this.
And I'm not saying
YouTube
she's a
channel,
weak
so
person
make sure you go
in any means,
there. Let me bring
but
it.
his size compared to her size.
Yeah, I know what you
mean. I mean that was just straight bully
A delete law or something like that. Make sure you
on
go.
the playground. You know, because we saw another video prior to that where Mata went off on him, and he just sat there and smiled and tried to act like nothing ever happened. Of course, this is the same guy that pulled a gun on Mata for jaywalking. So, and
That's nuts.
and I come to find out from reliable sources, there's actually a lot more history between Mata, Carolina, and this cop that go a lot deeper than what we've been talking about and discussing. So there's a lot more that goes down, and on reliable sources, I'm just trying to get a little bit more confirmation. I also heard something else from the sealed records in Irving. So I'm waiting on a little bit more confirmation before I admit or acknowledge, because I don't want to put out any wrong information. But I've got a new saying, and I think Chili will like this. We always talked about back the blue until it happens to you. Back the blue until they face plant you.
Right. So really quick, Mikey B says Julian Assange is free. Is that true? Can anybody confirm that, or is he just saying that?
I nor can confirm nor deny that allegation.
Okay. Somebody in the sidebar, if you guys know if Julian Assange is free, shoot me a link. I'd be interested to know more about that. By the way, everybody, thank you for showing up. As you know, Chili's not here to join us.
Chili's
But thank you, Lenny Malley. Thank you, Sacramento, Lenny, and
Julie,
Strange.
Mikey,
Oh, my
you need to
bad.
get with somebody in Chili's office. This is Jilly V is saying that she ordered a set in February. She was charged for one. Chili was supposed to, I guess Chili texted her, supposed to send.
This Carolyn, it happened down in Fort Worth, Texas. He beat the hell out of this lady. Now, what's going on? That's always the internet. I get a good.
And then he got days later. So I don't know.
Okay.
So we need
well,
to get that. We need to get that rectified if we can. To get that handled, we need what we need, Jilly V, is your order number. That's really the only way we can go from there.
now Lenny Malley says Carolina is 100 pounds dripping wet. So if you guys
110 pounds, 110 pounds. That's been confirmed.
So for the people just joining us who don't know what's going on, a friend of ours, Carolina, she's a cop watcher, and she got face slammed by this corrupt cop who's been fired from another department, named Kruger. And it looks like her face is mangled. We're going to show the video in a little while, but I just wanted to lay the foundation so you know what's going on. She's basically standing there, and she's filming. The cops are ignoring her. So jokingly, she says, "Fire, fire, fire." And they just look at her and just shake their head because they know she's not. They know there's no fire. They know that she's saying this in jest. The two female cops know it's a joke. And this other cop, Kruger, comes up and says, "You need to cross the street." And she's like, "Why? I'm not doing anything wrong." And I think he said something like it's a lawful order, and then just says, "You're under arrest." Puts her in cuffs, body slams her as he's putting her into cuffs, knocks her out cold. And while she's knocked out cold, goes aspirating for breath to try to get air because her brain's shutting down. The guy's screaming, "Stop resisting, stop resisting." And so we raised holy hell. Now the news media is involved, and BZ went to the actual scene of the crime and filmed the puddle of blood where this cop smashed her face into the cement. And I'm super outraged, and that's why I've taken some time off tonight to do this. I didn't want to go live tonight because I have several briefs that are due. As you guys know, I'm a lawyer, but I'm so incensed and outraged because, I have a mom and I have a daughter, and if anybody put their hands on them, I'd probably be in prison for life. So I think about this happening to her, and just that these are supposedly peace officers and took an oath to uphold the Constitution, and she didn't do anything wrong. And give me a bunch of ones if you guys know the story, and if you don't,
and you know what the funniest thing is? Even the worst of the trolls can sit there and try to twist it. There's no way you can twist that. That was just a straight, wrongful, retaliatory, revengeful, hateful, premeditated attack on poor little Carolina.
Modern Retro Radio, thank you for your comment. It says, once again, where were the good cops when Kruger assaulted a 64-year-old unarmed woman?
I'll tell you where they were. I'll tell you where they were at home and in bed, probably, because any good cop would have intervened with Kruger. Any good cop wouldn't have sided, backed the blue, or just stand by and just allowed it to happen. If a real true cop. Somebody gave me a hard time today, say I was bad mouthing cops.
People.
And he's a cop dad. Well, I told him if your kids aren't doing what's right, you didn't teach them right. And
people, that cop, Matthew Kruger, he was fired from another police department. That should have told Fort Worth, Texas Police Department not to hire him. There should be a register for cops who got fired or resigned and all that, where the police departments can check them out, like the sex offenders. Or I think they got one for abused animals. I think they need something like this for cops. Can't the people in Washington, D.C. make it a federal law where all police officers have to register if they resign or get fired and the reason they done it? Since Fort Worth Texas knew the reason he got fired. I see millions and millions of dollars in lawsuits. And she needs a good lawyer. But I don't know what you have to do. I remember watching the video the day she got beat up. But I want to show you the one I saw this morning. I figured I could find it, but I couldn't find it. That kind of makes me mad. But I'm hoping they show the video, the same one I saw this morning or this afternoon. That cop, where's the FBI? They violated her civil rights. I'm hoping the FBI get in there. I hope whoever her attorney is, I hope they file over $30 million in lawsuit. She spent time in the hospital. They said she was in jail, but the one I saw today, it was the fourth update, whoever's channel that was. It could be one of these guys that talked to her, that showed her black eyes and the stitches she had in her arm. She was getting ready to go home. It didn't look like she was in jail. It looked like she just got out of the hospital. But they said she got out of jail today. I don't know, but the video I saw earlier today, he said she was getting out of the hospital. But what did I know? Truth and justice for all. God bless America.
They're not a good cop. They're not a good person. So therefore, they're not a good cop. A good cop's is gonna hold that oath, hold it, truthful, and stand by it. Mike, you recall taking that oath when you joined the Marine Corps, correct?
Hoorah.
I remember raising my right hand. I'm still out here taking that oath, fighting for our rights and freedoms. How come the cops aren't doing the same? They even signed a sworn oath of office,
That's
which can
true.
actually, I think, be punishable if you actually pursue the matter. Depending in certain jurisdictions, but it's they don't care about oaths. They don't care about the law. The only thing they care about are feelings, and follow orders by anybody that
How can somebody
is in
be
the government. If you
up
call them and you're a victim,
a
chances are 4
110-pound
will be
lady
to avoid
who
paperwork.
was not
Will victim
breaking
shame
the
you
law?
and tell you that it's your fault that you
No
got hurt.
wonder the
It's your
people
fault that
is
you got
getting
assaulted.
beat over.
It's your fault that you got robbed. It's a bad department. There needs to be federal oversight here, like Albuquerque happened. The excessive
Y'all
force is getting to
remember
the point where
last
they're
year
now unaliving
this
people.
African American guy?
Stop my mid sentence there.
It might be in
They're
a
starting
movie.
to unalive people. There's too many officer-involved shootings.
The
For
cop,
about
yeah, I think
1,750
that
and 1,800 officers in
had
those big
his
cities,
knee
there's
on
no
the guy's
reason
throat.
that we need this much
Killed
force.
him.
There's no
He said, "I
reason
couldn't
why
breathe.
we
I
need
can't
to
breathe." You all
shoot and
remember
unalive
that?
people when other things.
I
How
think that
about
was Louisville,
de-escalation? I mean,
Kentucky.
try to talk someone down
This
off the wall
has to
before you
stop.
tackle them
The
and
cop,
faceplant them.
where's the good cop?
I mean, I think
You
Carolina's
know
going to
this cop
possibly reason
in
with if there was an
Texas
actual
was bad
truthful
with your heart.
scene that she was in the
So
middle
I
of,
hope
but
you get your
no red and
butt
blue lights,
sued for millions of
no
dollars.
sirens, no crime
Please,
scene tape. I didn't see a victim. I
$100
didn't see a
million.
suspect.
She's gonna
I didn't
have
see a
medical
witness.
bills
I just
out
saw
of
Cougar sitting around
rear
collecting that
end
overtime,
because of that
and then
bad
2 girls
cop.
milling around like
And
it
you
was fun.
knew what
Carolina
he
was trying to
was,
get their
Fort
attention.
Worth, Texas.
So I don't know, guys. Sorry, I'm on my rant. Mike, go ahead. I'm sorry, bud.
So I know that a lot of you guys are curious about what's going on. Not everybody's been following the story second by second, but when her lawyer got her out, he shot some video, and I just want you guys to see
Yeah,
state
that's
of her
the
condition,
one.
so you get an idea of how bad this guy mangled her.
Obviously, clean herself up a little bit. Do you want people to see you?
Yeah, they can see what it looks like.
All right.
That's the
So
video.
here's our little hero here.
This is what happens when you get excessive force under you.
Yep. But I will tell you that there has been
Look
an
at her
outpouring
black
from around the
eye.
country. of people sharing the story, making phone calls. I think the fact that nobody's returned my phone calls means they know they're in trouble.
Yeah.
So we're going to fight these charges.
Got my arm all messed up.
So tell them everything that happened. Like, what are your injuries?
I don't know. I don't remember going from the place I got injured to the hospital. I don't remember any of that. I don't remember going to the jail. So I was knocked unconscious, but I know I got stitches here. And CJ thinks I had some stitches here.
Yeah, she's got stitches in her right eye.
My elbow was knocked out of socket. My shoulder was knocked out of socket. And if you fentanyl, I'm going to put those all back together. So it's my elbow was, my bones of my elbow were sticking out like this. That's about it. I just used a lot of excessive force on me. I got some nice eye shadow on now. So this is what happens when you film the police and they don't like you, Officer Kruger.
Well, let me ask you also, for everybody's sake, is how do you feel? I mean, obviously you're probably in some pain, right?
I'm in some pain. I'm in a lot of pain right now.
Okay. What can people do for you? What do you need?
Just always film the police. Always film them. That's all you have to do is always film them. Always make sure that you have a record of what they do to you. Basically. Thank you.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna. She needs to get home, guys. I know you probably want to talk more. People.
Yeah, we don't really need to get into too much more of that.
This is why I still feel officers that are boot levels with no rank, should not have the authority to arrest anybody. I mean, according to the Fourth Amendment, if you want to go by the true Fourth Amendment, it was written that you need a warrant signed by a judge, with probable cause. So why can they just snatch this up off the scene? I think a sergeant or a
That's a
lieutenant needs to
good
sign off
point.
on it. So it's their ass with the idiot that screwed up. I think that you hold the leadership more accountable, you'll have less idiots working on the street. I really do believe that.
Michelle Davis says roid rage, but if you look at the guy, he looks like kind of a pipsqueak. He doesn't look like he works out.
Nah,
So
he's a snake,
that's-
man. That guy would go home and beat his wife and his cat because his dog would probably eat him alive if he tried to. So that looks like a cat kind of guy. He likes
Now-
Mr. Fluffy.
Public Watchdog RTD says public servants have become anti-American. Well, you got that right, man. I mean, look at what they're doing, weaponizing the FBI against people who support the
No.
Second Amendment.
Perfect clip to play to
Crazy.
that comment. Perfect clip to play to that comment. You know the clip I'm talking about.
Right. Yeah, I gotta,
1941, man. Anti-American.
that's right. That's what's going on. We've got
Where's your clip at?
exactly-
Where's your clip at? Play
we got
that clip.
exactly that going on, man.
Play that clip.
I gotta find it. I gotta
Oh,
find
come
this
on. You're
bad
supposed to
shit.
have that thing on like push button.
Where are your papers, Mav? Where are they? Oh, you don't have any papers? Do the Constitution come with you?
And that's pretty much what happened to Carolina.
I love it. I hope you all
What you need to
love
do
it.
is try to change that
But
video.
everybody got a
Put your
YouTube
face on
channel.
that guy's head.
Right.
Yeah.
Anybody knows how to do that, I'll send you the link if you can
This
help
is
me.
wrong.
So Angie B asks, hold on a minute, let's see what Angie B has to say. Angie B asks, does anybody know if they've got the place in Atlanta, Georgia? I think building it's 300 million to give military style training to cops. I don't know about that, Angie. Send me the link. Rick Jonesy says, remove the Terry stop, get a judge to sign a warrant before an arrest can take place. That sounds reasonable to me. What do you think, BZ?
I'm in 100% agreement with that. I mean, because the thing is even let's say you do have reasonable articulable suspicion, these cops don't know what reasonable articulable means because they're that dumb. They think, oh, you're acting suspicious because you bent down to tie your shoe. It's a Terry stop.
Yeah.
And we're seeing that with-
I've
we're
seen
seeing
that.
with People versus Flores in California. So
Autodidactic Girl says, how could those two female cops just stand by and do nothing? Absolutely disgusting. Well, I was having a conversation with somebody in my channel on the Michael Eline channel today. And I think we've come to the conclusion that based on the way the females had their body cams turned, that they may have been in on this. This may not have been them being matronly and nice. They actually had their cameras pointed away. This could have been a pre-planned attack.
I don't honestly think they had their cameras on because they weren't involved with Carolina. They're just walking around.
Well, they were turned away as if they were pointing their cameras away. So that makes me think either they're just trained to always have their camera looking away when when a fellow officer beats the shit out of somebody.
Oh, they have
That
the
may be why they have
cameras
their hands
going
here
and
so they can just
filming it.
cover them or turn 'em.
Maybe
So,
that could be part of it. Yeah. I mean, the way I was trained is the only time you put your hands up here and grab onto your stuff is because you're looking, you know, you can defend your face easier against a strike.
well, you can defend your neck too if someone comes up behind you too. Put something.
Oh yeah,
around.
that's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So they always tell you to tuck your chin when you're fighting.
Righteous by Faith says the rise of the Fourth Reich is actually in the Bible prophecy. That might be true. You definitely
right.
see the Fourth Reich in our public education system. All of our public servants have become like radicalized Marxists.
Let's
It's a real
get
problem.
justice for Carolyn.
No, I'm not gonna lie though. If you
I
go back
guess
and look at
There'd
those
be a
females' faces,
protest in Fort
they-
Worth, Texas.
it's almost like it happened so quick. Like they instead of reacting,
Hopeful it's
Yeah.
they were
peaceful.
trying to process their brain.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too. Like, did this guy
That
really
was
just
an
do that?
African
Yeah, I mean,
American
it happens like that.
lady.
You said you're under
got
arrest. You go, no,
slammed
you're
by
under
a cat.
arrest. Slam. But
Right,
my
and
whole
so-
thing about that
Is,
is you call for his
there's a
supervisor. I
black
don't hear him calling for
person.
medical.
There'd be
But
all
the guy
kinds
said
of
he has
rights,
the time to go turn her phone off.
Turn her phone off, right?
but
That's
she's
what I
a
was
white
thinking too. The
And,
guy,
and he's already been accused of taking Mata's body camera and never turning it in because he never got it back.
yeah, he probably destroyed his camera, and that was real common back in the 80s and 90s with cops that always smash your
This
phone.
happened within the last 365 days.
Yeah, and so now even with all these laws, that it's like nothing's changed, guys.
Somebody saying my mustache like, hi, Nisha. Actually, I shaved, guys. I even cut my hair.
Now,
Since that live stream.
Lenny Malley says, "Welcome to Nazi Germany."
Told you. Play
And
that clip.
yep.
Now in
Oh,
two
I guess not. I guess I got to go back and find it, guys. Sorry, thought I had it. There it
Yeah,
is.
what is wrong with
Where
you?
are your papers, Mav? Where are they? Oh, you don't have any papers?
You guys gotta admit this is great, right?
people
get it
say
queued up for the
she's
next-
a
for the next
white
meeting.
We really need to
young
put Kruger's
lady,
face on that German.
and he's German.
Yeah. How's your
Would
papers?
that consider
Mav,
as
where
a
are they?
hate crime? I like.
All right. We've seen enough of
I
that.
think
for
it'd
few
be a
seconds,
hate
right, guys?
crime.
At least until we make the next Nazi pun.
I love it when Lenny Malley comes into the conversation. That is great. Welcome to Nazi Germany, America. Papers, please. Yeah. Operation Paperclip. That's right, Mikey B. It's really interesting to see, all of the so-called uneducated, sovereign, cop watch, whatever. These guys know more about American history than these Harvard professors that are serial plagiarizers, right? DEI appointments that are teaching Harvard Law School. They don't even know what they're talking about. I look in the sidebar.
See the name
And I
right
got guys
there?
dropping
That's
stuff
you,
about
Kruger.
Operation Paperclip. That's when we brought
That's a
all the scientists over here. Remember that? The OSS, which was the precursor to the CIA. Yeah. And right.
You know
Just
what?
let 'em
You know
right
what,
on
Mike?
over.
I really think they should allow us to defend ourselves against the cops. I guarantee this shit will stop.
Well, you have the right to defend yourself against excessive force. The problem is you don't get the finding that you were in the right until after you're already dead.
Well, in this case, we can already see that Carolina had 4 charges on her. I'm trying to figure out how she was evading after she was resisting when she was knocked unconscious before she could resist.
that,
Well,
What was she obstructing? I mean, his donut break, and then come on. I mean, really, 3 of those charges
That's
were
right.
bogus right off the bat, and one of them was just like fucking appalled.
That's right, Alan Hubbs, the Rocket Man. Also, you got that right, buddy.
people in Fort Worth,
Yeah.
Texas
So what we
need
do
to call
know
the
is that
prosecutor
she got
involved.
slammed, and the guy's
Right
yelling at her
there.
to stop resisting while she's passed out, bleeding on the ground.
That's true. I think
Obviously
she
passed out. You hear
resisted.
gurgling.
Like they said, she
And what does he do? He charges her with
Because I saw
all
the
these
video.
charges,
When
and
it
then
happened.
one of the charges they hit her with was making a false report or something,
No,
right?
making a false alarm.
A
I mean,
false
are you-
alarm because she
I mean,
said
look,
fire,
bottom
fire,
line is
fire.
this. She said, hello, and she's like, hello, help, fire, rape, help. Well, this is community policing. But guess what? She wasn't in a movie theater. She wasn't on a beach yelling shark. The girls were laughing about it, giggling, and just walking away from her. So come on, like somebody said, Stomper says those charges equal cover up. Absolutely, they're trying to They're trying to go backwards in time to justify why somebody got face planted.
That's right, Stomper, and that's a great comment. Stomper says those charges equal cover up, and I agree with you, Stomper. And they
I
always
agree
use
with
these
you too. It's a
pretextual
cover up.
reasons. You know, they'll beat the crap out of you, and then in California they'll charge you automatically with the
Well-
148, which is
well, here-
resisting obstructing the
Mike,
lane.
here's one point that a lawyer should point out right away. If you were going to charge her for falsifying a statement like a false alarm, okay, to obstruction, why would you tell her multiple times to go film across the street? Why would you have 2 violations, which is arrestable, and then tell her to go across the street? No warning, just
Well, but even a reasonably
Paperless?
okayed criminal defense attorney would be able to beat these charges. But here's the problem. No filing deputy in their right mind at the district attorney's office would ever file a case like this unless they're just a complete tyrant.
This is Texas,
Clearly,
bro.
a
There's
case that
nothing
should
but
never be filed. No charges should be brought in this case.
No, they should be
it's Texas, man.
dismissed.
They're all dumbass bumpkins down here. Nobody knows the law. Nobody knows how
Well,
to actually do anything down here. That's why they all take plea deals, because
Yeah.
they don't know the law. They don't know the procedures down here. In fact, I mean, this cop thinks it's okay just to face plant an elderly woman just because she said, "Oh, hi, Kruger." You know,
right.
I mean,
So that's right. And Brick Jones, he says the officers knew she was being facetious, and that obviously she was being facetious. The fact that they charged her with this at all is an outrage. And once this does get some press coverage, it's over for these cops. I mean, they're never going to be employable again. And I hope that these guys realize what's coming, because lawyers like me who actually care about people, we're not going to just stop. I mean, I've been on the phone calling reporters and trying to get junior attorneys to help me just that I know down there to just look for security camera footage. I mean, I don't know. I'm not her lawyer, but I know that her lawyer is super busy. I think he was in trial. So you can't expect him to do everything. If you guys are in the area, I mean, volunteer some help.
I'm going to tell you right now, if all those cops want to save their rear ends, whistle blow and roll on that dude.
But
Not
it
that
makes all
chief,
look
the
bad in Fort
department for
Worth,
allowing him to
Texas.
stay on.
Well, the thing is, it's been going on since 2019. They've been
That's
under,
right.
And then Turner versus Driver 2017 is the reason why we can film them, because it's the same department. That, you know, and now they're face planting for filming. I mean, come on. You don't
So
want
did
to
you guys catch that in the sidebar? BZ, tell them that again about Turner versus Driver.
Turner versus Driver 2017 Supreme Court District 5, which is Texas, Louisiana, and Mississippi. The case went all the way up to the district or the circuit. The circuit 5, because of Fort Worth PD saying that you couldn't film somebody in the course of their duties as a police officer here with that department. It's because of this department that it's gone all the way up. So what I'm also noticing is we're getting an influx of lateral moves from other places. I'm doing a lot of investigating. I'm finding that a lot of cops are coming from other places, or people that are on the department 20, 30 years that should have retired because they're abusive are actually getting their kids hired on. So we're allowing the next generation of people that have learned this in the household that it's okay to police this way, or people that it's okay to go from another department instead of being fired or charged to come to this department because it's an okay culture. And that's
People,
that's
I would
exactly what's
sue
going on.
Fort Worth
Reports
Police
since 2019, all the way going back
I
to
sue the police
2017 when the
department
Supreme Court ruled on it.
that he
I'm sorry,
resigned
Circuit
about
5 ruled on
park
it.
from.
Um,
I would sue
they,
both of them.
the department's not going to change.
If
And-
you
and
all
I'm
live
gonna
in
tell you right now,
Fort Worth,
I think the chief
Texas,
of police has
let's
been there
help
for
this
10 or 12
area
years.
out.
He's been with Fort Worth
help
PD his whole career.
lawyers out.
They need to get rid of him and pull from a national pool of chiefs who'll come in and clean house. So we need his
FBI
resignation.
needs to come in and clean up.
Or the mayor needs to
Okay.
fire him.
What do you guys think of the sidebar? Give me a bunch of ones if you think that everybody on the police force should resign right now. Let's see them. Give me the ones.
Or we just bring in federal oversight and let the FBI get everything back to normal the next 10 years.
Well, I don't trust the FBI either. I mean, they've been illegally spying on people who support the Second Amendment and the First Amendment. They
I
just
just
got
know they
caught.
don't like the local cops worse than we do.
No, I understand that. But what I'm saying is, I think
Woo,
the
look at
best
all the
way to handle.
ones.
Oh, nice. Sympathetic. Synthetic Future. Thank you. Became a YouTube member. Outstanding, Synthetic. I think that from my point of view, the best way to deal with this, guys, is to do exactly what we're doing. Citizen journalism. I implore everybody right now, anybody who you know who's a journalist, like with the regular for-profit media, to get this story out. This is a hot story. And with enough coverage, these charges will never get filed, ever. No district attorney in their right mind will ever file these charges if they ever plan on seeking higher office. It's just not going to happen. This is such an egregious bullshit case.
So
The fact that they
let's
charged
get
her
it
with
out.
what, giving false
You gotta
information. What was it again?
do
False
channel.
alarm or something?
Yeah, like a false alarm. You know, like if you
I
ran
want
into a
you all
movie theater,
to
you'll
get
fire.
the truth and
I
just
mean, clearly she's
Oh.
joking, saying fire,
God
fire,
bless
rape. You
America.
guys aren't giving me any attention.
God bless
The ladies are looking back, laughing and giggling at her. They clearly knew that she was saying it in jest. And this punk makes a caller, body
Hey,
slams her, destroys her face.
I got confirmation on Julia Assange. He's reached a plea deal with the U.S., allowing him to go free.
Out freaking standing. How did that happen?
I'm going to look into it real quick.
Wow. Give me a bunch of ones for Julian for exposing all the corruption in this country and the world. Remember, we were told that he was, remember, everybody said that he was Russian disinformation, even though we know that everything he had was authentic and real. Unbelievable. Anybody who goes against the official narrative, the new thing is to say it's Russian disinformation. Give me a bunch of ones if you know that that's a scam. Now, the deal is, I just want you guys to get a look at this because this is why I'm here. This is a woman in her 60s. She's standing there filming. She weighs about 100 pounds or so. BZ says 110 pounds.
110 is confirmed by her attorney.
All right, let's just go ahead and I want you guys to see this again because I want you to tell me, how is it that we don't already have this on the front page of, like, the LA Times?
Hero here.
This is what happens when you get excessive force under you.
Yep. But I will tell you that there has been an outpouring from around the country of people sharing the story, making phone calls. I think the fact that nobody's returned my phone calls means they know they're in trouble.
Yeah.
So we're going to fight these charges.
Got my arm all messed up.
So tell them everything that happened. Like, what are your injuries?
I don't know. I don't remember going from the place I got injured to the hospital. I don't remember any of that. I don't remember going to the jail. So I was knocked unconscious, but I know I got stitches here. And CJ thinks I had some stitches here.
Yeah, she's got stitches in her right eye.
My elbow was knocked out of socket. My shoulder was knocked out of socket. And then he's fentanyl. I mean, put those all back together. So it's my bones of my elbow were sticking out like this.
All right, so I'll just kind of,
Wow. There's
Look at her
on
black eye,
policecrimes.com. They've already posted her story. Matthew David Bowie Kruger. They named him after David Bowie. No wonder he's so hateful. So anyways, I again, CJ talked to now, are you able to pull up his video where he's actually talking? I think it was like 6 minutes in on that live stream where he was actually having a conversation with one of the news reporters.
well,
with NBC5. I think it was NBC5.
I could try.
I'll try to. Find it real quick on where.
Let me just give me a second here, guys. I'm trying to do this on
Sorry,
the fly.
guys. Yeah, a lot of this information has just come in the last hour or so.
So it says NBC5 interview with Ray Carolina. That one.
It's not the 4-minute one. It's the one that's an
54
hour and
minutes,
3
No
minutes.
direction or focus.
And you say it's 6 minutes.
I think it's about 6 minutes. Nope, it's hang on, I'll see what his facial expression. It's about 4 minutes in.
It's about 4 minutes in. Okay, hold on. Let me get over here.
Four,
Make
4
sure
minutes and 30 seconds.
about 4 minutes and 30 seconds in. All right.
My colleagues to support the sale of that property. I think it has to happen.
Neighbors in Gracie's Oak Cliff district have recently voiced their opposition
Hold on.
repeatedly to converting the former
Can't really
hospital
hear it very
site
good.
to exclusively homeless housing, opting either for a mix of senior housing or, as Gracie says, growing support for selling the property altogether.
If it's not going to be for a homeless purpose. All right.
You'll hear it in a second because
CJ,
she
can
was
you
over
give us
talking him.
your name and your title so we can have it on record?
Yes, my name is CJ Grisham, Grisham, and I'm an attorney here in Texas.
All righty. We're going to start. Can you kind of tell us what happened with your client and what you guys are working with, especially with the charges that she is facing now?
Yeah, so my client was just doing nothing more than filming the police while they were, that is kind of distracting with that in the background. Hang on.
Oh, what was that, sir?
No, I can hear the news.
Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. Okay, I'm gonna happen. I'm gonna hold my mic so that way, but
Okay.
you won't hear it.
Okay. Yeah, so my client was just doing what she does quite often, which is filming a police stop. And it wasn't even a police stop. The police were towing vehicles from private property, and she was trying to ask some questions about that, about, what was going on. Officers refused to even acknowledge her existence. And at one point, while she was approaching officers, another officer by the name of Officer Matthew Kruger, who has a history of violent behavior in law enforcement, approached my client and ordered her to leave, despite the fact that there was no crime scene, there was no investigation, there were no suspects. They were just sitting there in their cruisers. And when she asked a simple question, why, Officer Kruger then body slammed her to the ground and knocked her unconscious.
Gotcha. And how did you guys find out the history of this officer with being aggressive and all that?
Well, I've had several clients because I do a lot of First Amendment work and Second Amendment work. And the officers in this department of Fort Worth have a very extreme dislike of anybody that films them while they're on duty, despite the fact that this is the same department that resulted in the case law making it clear that they have a right to do that. And so I've got clients that have been assaulted and threatened by Officer Kruger, only to have my clients be assaulted and then charged with a crime for doing absolutely nothing wrong. Officer Kruger has a history of this. I've personally had clients and cases as a result of his tyrannical and violent actions. And now, just after we settle one case, up comes another.
Gotcha. And how are Ms. Gonzalez's injuries? I saw that she has visible injuries. Is she, seeking care or anything? How is her state of being?
Well, I'll tell you, there's two states of being for Carolyn. The first is her mental, and I will say that she is an incredibly strong woman. And is doing fine as far as her mental state is going. She's in good spirits. She is very positive and upbeat. But physically, she's in a lot of pain right now. So Officer Kruger dislocated her shoulder, dislocated her elbow, so she's got a soft cast for that. She's got stitches on her lip and above her eyes. Due to some internal bleeding, she's got black eyes on both eyes, but predominantly on the left side, or I'm sorry, on the right side, which is the side she was body slammed into. And so she's just on a lot of pain meds right now, dealing with everything that he put her through.
And are you guys planning on suing for Worth Police, or what are the actions that you guys are seeking or in the works, especially with the various charges that she faces?
Yeah, the charges are bogus. This is nothing more than Officer Kruger trying to protect himself under the guise of false and fictitious charges. Anyone that watches the video can see quite plainly that not a single one of those charges against her is going to stick. Officer Kruger, again, has a history of doing this. He attacks a citizen and then charges the citizen with the crime. So yeah, not only or am I going to aggressively defend her on these criminal charges, but I am also going to be going after him criminally, trying to get him charged with several felony acts that he committed last night. And of course, I did speak with Carolyn, and she does want to file a lawsuit. Generally, it's better to file a lawsuit once all the criminal charges are exhausted. But I think in this case, the excessive force is so egregious that we're going to file our civil suit a lot quicker than we normally would.
Gotcha. And how has this incident with it taking off on social media, like how has the circulation been for you guys?
It's been getting a lot of attention, which I think is very important because, again, this department, the Fort Worth Police Department, has a lot of internal gut checking to do. This officer should not be wearing a badge.
I
This
agree.
officer is a threat to everyone in his precinct. This officer has a history not only with Fort Worth Police Department, but with his previous department from which he was fired. And then, there's a lawsuit about him trying to get his job back. So we're not going to stop until this officer is fixed, and the entire force needs to be retrained, because even though it was Officer Kruger who committed the physical acts, there were several other officers standing around who did absolutely nothing. That shows a lack of training. It shows a lack of empathy, and it shows a lack of control on the part of every single officer that was there. The minute that Officer Kruger body slammed that 110-pound, 67-year-old woman, Officer Kruger should have been body slammed by at least 5 other cops, but they just stood around and did absolutely nothing while felony assaults were being committed in their presence. So this is obviously a
Them other
problem
cops
in the
standing
entire
around,
department
they
with
should
either
be
violence or
charged
apathy.
in charge,
Yeah, no, totally understand. And then,
especially after the
one of the
fact.
questions that we got was if Miss Caroline was in any, like, if she had a blood thinner or anything like that. If you wanted to correct or, you know, speak on that.
Yeah, she's not on any blood thinners, so that's not. I know some people probably think that's one of the reasons that she bled up quick. No, the reason that she bled the way she did was likely because of the head trauma. That's generally what happens when you have what's called a mild traumatic brain injury, an MTBI. Is you will get those dark patches underneath the eyes. It's just a physiological thing that happens when the brain is rattled inside your head.
Got it. Okay. And is there anything else you want to share, or oh, sorry. Is there anything you wanted to share or give more information on?
Well, I think what's very important is obviously just, we have case law. There's a case called Turner v. Driver that expressly states that citizens have a right to record the police while they're performing their duties. And that case came out of this exact same department. It's a Fifth Circuit case, and it's the same department. So obviously, case law is not protecting the citizens of Fort Worth from the bullies and the thugs that are out there assaulting old women and body slamming them on the ground. So what people need to do is get active. They need to contact the city manager. They need to contact the city mayor. They need to show up at the city council meetings, and they need to make their voice heard. Is this what they want their police officers doing?
But
Body slamming 67-year-old women because they have a camera in their hands. I don't think that's what the people want their police officers doing.
Nope, I wouldn't want mine
Well,
either.
thank you so much, CJ, for all the information that you shared with us, and also being able to speak with us more on this case thoroughly. I know it's being investigated, but I do appreciate what you were able to share with us.
Thank you very much. And I'll also add, despite the fact that I've left numerous messages, I've sent emails, no one from Fort Worth Police Department has contacted me back yet. No one from the city has contacted me back. Neither the city attorney's office, the prosecutor's office, or any of the police department's division heads. So I don't know if they're hiding or if they're afraid, but either way, there will be justice for Carolina.
Let's get
Okay.
justice
Thank
for
you so much.
Carolina.
And if anything, we'll stay in touch, and then we're thinking of having your
Repost
interview
this
for
video.
our 10 p.m. newscast.
10
Put
p.m.
it
newscast. All right,
on
thank you.
Twitter.
Yeah,
Put it
yeah.
on Facebook.
So we don't need to hear anymore. I
would
mean, you guys get the
post it
idea.
on Twitter or X,
So,
whatever it is. I don't have Facebook.
so Strange 087 is saying, anytime they say our pig going need more training and more training time, like how much it take. I think I understand. Hey, Mama Lion, good seeing you. Know that you miss them. Give me a bunch of ones if you miss them.
By the
And
way,
make
we only have 16 more days till the hearing, by the way, guys.
Nice. Make sure to pull out your trifolds and pledge
That is
allegiance
a
to the
German
trifold.
thing.
You have your trifold with you today, BC?
And the
anymore?
woman he
It's in my
beat
car
up,
about 30 feet
white.
from me.
All right.
you all
You
know.
gotta
Germans
remember,
don't
man, it's gotta
like
stay in the car
white
because every time I take out the car, I forget
or
to put it back in.
Jews.
All right. So anybody,
I'm
a
not
way that
saying
you can
that's
help
what
support Chili right now, we're trying to help support his channel right now by breaking this story to you, is you could, pick up some trifolds, pick up some cop cards, buy some apparel, that kind of stuff, just help out the channel, throw them a couple super chats, whatever. Just letting you know, I'm not charging anything. This is donating my time and that kind of stuff. But any way you can help support the channel, I'd appreciate it. If it wasn't for guys like Chili, a lot of this stuff you wouldn't even know about. So think about that. I mean, this old woman, not super old, but still a senior citizen, gets face slammed and leaves a puddle of blood, and this a-hole cop charges her with all this crazy stuff. Just beyond me. Makes me sick to my stomach. How about you, BZ?
Man, it's beyond sick, man. I mean,
Make sure
look what I've
go to
look what I put on my
these
tagline. I'm literally the
people's
Clint Moore of the
YouTube
Fort Worth
channel
Police
and
Department.
subscribe.
Anytime I see a cop, I don't care if I've got a passenger. I'm kicking them out. I'm filming. I drive Uber during the daytime and tell I'm usually around town. picking up, dropping off, see a cop, film a cop. I'm going to be a little bit more aggressive out there now. I'm not going to just, there's nothing going on. No, I don't care. There's nothing going on, because that's how Carolina got face planted with nothing going on.
Yeah.
It for what? Because he was sitting in a car and they were telling all them guys, I bet you were getting kickbacks with those tow truck drivers.
Yeah, I've heard that there's a deal worked out with a lot of these tow truck drivers and the supervisors over at PD, and it's just pretty almost like a known joke that all these government operators work with these companies, and someone's getting paid somewhere, right? That's what you hear. It reminds me of how it was in Mexico back in like the 70s and 80s when they had the pre-party. It's almost like America has become like how Mexico used to be, right? It's just payoffs, and pretty soon it's going to be a single party system. They just flooded the country with 20 million illegal aliens. That's and they're all getting free stuff. I wonder what party they're going to vote for. Yeah. So pretty soon it'll be a single party state, and you won't have a Second Amendment anymore. It's really going fast, guys, going fast. And
hey, real quick, Mike, just to let you guys know, all this happened, and guess what happened today? Fort Worth PD just graduated another class today. So they got all these other people out there getting ready to go body slam somebody to replace them. So I made sure that I went on their page earlier, and I actually not only asked, I can't remember my exact comment. I'm actually going back to see if they deleted it or kept it up, because I took screenshots just to make sure that they didn't take it down.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this. Fort Worth Police Department. Let's see what we got. Let's see. I put basically the pictures of these. Oh, yep. My comments are still there. It says, Officer Freddy Krueger is the pride and joy of this department. You guys should be under federal oversight. And then I went into other comments. I'm wondering if they got rid of those comments already. Hang on a second. I'm looking. Oh, nope. I got the thumbnail. I got the blood splatter pictures all sent up there. Picture her mugshot, picture when she got out. And so I want these new recruits and these family members to see what their kids, their loved ones that signed up for this Death Star are about to go do tomorrow when they get put on the street. So just saying, I've declared war on the Fort Worth Police Department. Any way I can harass them, I'm going to do it, shy of committing a crime.
But
Heard that right? Shy of committing a crime. That's why we have you as a lawyer, Mike.
So Charles GS says it's the tow truck that randomly checks the lot and then calls the police when a car hasn't registered and paid. Hey, man.
Not here.
Charles.
They hook you and they're down the road before the cops even find out.
Charles, that is a really amazing observation. I've heard that before, that happens.
They call them afterwards.
In this case, isn't it like an electronic thing where it automatically sends a signal if there's a car there, like it senses that there's a car and you haven't paid? Now
The problem is that's not public street parking. That's private parking where parking's validated with the businesses.
Right, but there could be an arrangement or some kind of legislation.
There could be a contract between the businesses and the tow truck company, but why were the cops still sitting there?
No, there could be an agreement between the police officers. They have similar agreements in Florida. So we just need to learn what that law might be. But she clearly had the right to question and ask why or why not they were there. And of course, they don't have to answer, but they certainly don't have to come and try to destroy her or murder her either. Right, guys? Give me a bunch of ones if you think asking police questions doesn't invite attempted murder.
No,
he took her down like the water boy sacked that quarterback in the movie.
Oh, he sure did, man. It was terrible. I mean, if you see those images of her and you think that could be your mom or your sister, your aunt, and you start thinking in terms like that, it's look, the administrative state is slowly over time been weaponized against patriotic people, especially people who try to hold the government accountable. We saw recently in that report that was released by Congress that the FBI has been illegally spying on us and labeling anyone who believes in the Second Amendment, legal immigration, buys a Bible, shops at Dick's Sporting Goods or Cabela's as a potential domestic violent extremist. I mean, that pretty much is everybody in the sidebar here. You've all been labeled. They search your metadata through your purchasing, and they have a private company that they work with so they can obviate the Fourth Amendment. And they illegally were spying on the American people, and they're still doing it. Clapper was
Mikey-
doing it. Yeah.
Mike, hey, there's Fort Worth Star Telegram. They are a newspaper subscription online. You can get 99 cents for 1 month.
Yeah.
I'm looking online. 47 minutes ago, they posted and wrote Caroline Rodriguez narrating live YouTube video parking lot in Fort Worth was forcibly arrested and injured as she argued with police. If I subscribed, I'd be able to read the whole article, but so it's it is getting some traction with the local news media here. Since he got off the phone, I think CJ made a few phone calls, and it might be helping it maybe get to you. You guys probably won't see it on a big local or national look for at least a few more days.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to gain a lot more traction because, yeah, this is one big department that's covering this, but how many other departments have we seen on YouTube with similar situations of excessive force for filming the cops?
It's just wild. I still can't get over, like, I'm still like, and look, I think I'm a pretty tough dude. I mean, I've been in a lot of street fights. I've, taken judo since I was young, done a lot of martial arts, and I've seen a lot of bad things, but seeing her like that, it literally has me sick to my stomach. I mean, I have like this sick taste in my throat, and it makes me sick to my stomach seeing that because, as a lawyer and someone who's also been harassed by cops unlawfully and sued and won before I was a lawyer, I know what is going on out there. And I just can't believe that now we have this body cam law, and it seems like things are just getting worse. Like the body cams haven't done anything. It seems like it's just been made worse. They just erase footage. They lose footage. They turn the camera. I mean, it's just, does anybody in the sidebar have anything they could say that any solution?
Mike,
Yeah,
I've requested 5 different body cams over different agencies, 3 of which I was in myself, denied. I even approved it with redactions and they denied it. So I've sent those up. They're going to Ken Paxton, the state attorney. One of which they denied me because they're hiding some stuff similar to Carolina's situation where there was an arrest on a trespass, and you know the person I'm talking about. That's small, like Carolina, very similar situation. Just manhandled by a big old 6-foot+ bumpkin. And then we got another one where a traffic stop was filmed of a creepy cop. I request the footage, and they blurred the girl's face out and gave me all the footage, camera and everything. So I'm trying to figure out, how are you going to give me footage of some random traffic stop, but you can't give me footage of me being in 3 different body cams where I never even got it, where I never even got arrested. So I'm trying to figure why they keep hiding these bodies. It's usually because it's some sort of First Amendment or Fourth Amendment or Fifth Amendment violation that they just are trying not to release. So they're not sued. They don't want to be deemed liable. Sorry, I'm trying to get all those words, all those big fancy words out.
So Rick Jonesy says denying records is an admission of guilt. I'm the judge.
Absolutely.
Just saying.
Absolutely. Or when you turn off people's phones when they're live streaming.
Yeah, those are definitely all signs of state of mind and guilt or innocence. And it's just a shame that this happened to her. And it's really amazing that she caught what she did on tape. Because if she hadn't.
Check this out, Mike. March 27th this year, Fort Worth approves a $150,000 police misconduct settlement to dismiss a police misconduct lawsuit filed against the city and one of its former police officers. This is the second time this guy has worked for this department. I don't know how you get fired and come back, and then you get sued again.
It's part of the settlement agreement. I think they had to give him his job back.
So he could take his pension and run?
Not sure, but I did take a look at some of those documents earlier, and it appears as though there was some kind of a settlement agreement that allowed him to keep his job. Put it in the comments if you guys know the whole story. I haven't had look, I have a regular job too. I just am incensed, and I wanted to come on and share what I know with you and have BZ come on because he's out there right now.
Let me read this paragraph real quick. Can you tell me how similar it sounds to Carolina situation. The lawsuit stemmed from the actions of former Fort Worth police officer Mitchell Miller following his arrest of Twain Holloway for public intoxication January 8, 22. A handcuffed Holloway turned toward Miller while being led into city's jail, at which point the officer pushed him face first onto a concrete floor. Sounds familiar. Holloway lost consciousness. Oh, wait, that sounds familiar. And was transported to the hospital. Wow, that sounds really familiar. Subsequently, Miller was fired by the police department for excessive use of force, and the police department released footage of the incident. So it's not a common practice to faceplant someone into concrete.
Well, we've seen plenty of YouTube videos of law enforcement doing it quite a bit.
This is Fort Worth PD, though.
Yeah.
This article is from Fort Worth PD in March. And then this happens again.
People,
3
since
months later?
these are
I
German,
mean, come on.
I got nothing against
It's a problem.
Germans.
And that's another one of those
He
things,
might
you know,
be
when
one of
you
them old
when you
type
let
Germans,
people, especially big
don't
wigs,
like
get
white
away with stuff,
people, don't
they
like
start
you.
thinking that
I
they can just
don't
keep getting
know.
away with it. And when it's a public servant,
But
you know, it's really important that we
me,
hire
if
people that
she's
are of chaste
white,
character and who actually
I consider that
are
a hate
capable of critical
crime.
thinking. And so a lot of that
Me.
lies, you know, obviously with two-parent
in
family
my
and
opinion.
proper classical education. But beyond
I
that,
will
you have to
share
have
this
moral
video
character in
to
someone that you
anybody.
elect or hire
You got my
to be a
permission
peace
share.
officer or a judge or politician, people who are better than me, people who are
And
better than you.
You need
Those are the people that you really
people
want to
that
have,
got
somebody you would trust to
cameras in
babysit
their
your kids.
cars when
And
you
give me a bunch of
outside
ones if
the
you guys
lawn,
agree with that,
or
because I
you're
think
in the
that's the biggest
co-pilot
problem
seat.
is we
Film
we have
them
a
while you're
moral fiber
driving.
in our society is really drifted bad.
You
And,
can
you know,
pull
now we're
into a parking
questioning so many
lot,
things that
and
we've
you can
always just
still
accepted to be
see 'em.
normal.
Film them. Keep them
Lunacy
accountable.
type stuff, you know. So BZ, I'm going to have to close out pretty soon. I have to take my son to judo class. And I just wanted to, thanks for all the ones, guys, address anybody in the sidebar, make sure everybody, you know, has an opportunity to say their piece about what happened here. Why don't you go for it? Start talking to people and I'll cut in too.
You go ahead, man. I'm just
I like seeing Megan
Well,
Fox
Jilly
Ryder
V
do
says
story on there.
that YSL
You
judge is
all.
doing some
I
damage.
like to see them. They got a whole lot of.
Dr. Donna Walter says classical education does
Megan
not come from
Fox
government schools. Well,
Ryder,
precisely.
she's a
In
reporter.
a veiled way, that's what I was trying to say.
I
Is
figure
really, you
she
can
was
homeschool it.
covering it.
2 hours a day is all you need. And people say,
But
oh, but they need to be
we need
socialized.
to
I don't
do that,
need my kids to
people.
be socialized
That is
by a bunch
wrong.
of radicals
Fort
who
Worth
are
Police
campus culture
Department
from their
doing.
college that they brought to a public school to teach my
You
kids.
know,
I don't need that. I agree with you,
You're gonna have
Dr.
a
Walter.
hospital bill, but
And then Joel
please cuss it.
Joel
If they
Juliffs,
take
thanks for
you to a
joining us.
hospital, I
True American,
believe
love having you. Thank you
the
so much
police
for coming.
department is
And
responsible for your medical
the
bill.
Joker says it might be getting close to
She
time to
can't
use the
sign
Second
any
Amendment for what it was
papers at
intended.
the
A lot of people are
hospital because
agreed.
they're
I've even got my Premier Gun Show shirt on. Let's
So,
get it.
let's get this out.
Sacramento.
We
Lenny
need to
says
stop
somebody
this
who
book
wears
of
diapers and
a
can't
bad
remember stuff is
police
the
officer.
president of a
The
corporation
two
and still a
ladies
president of a
officers
corporation
standing
for
there
profit, not taking
turning
down for
around
another man
and
who
didn't
is not so
film it.
elderly.
They
I
should
don't know
be
what all that
charged
means, but
too.
thank you for your comment.
They knew
Bruce R., thank you
about
for your amazing
Ford's
comment up here that I can't
history
repeat.
about abusing
And
citizens
of course,
of Texas.
so Crazy Frenchman 205 says CFW needs to sue
Where's
for lots of
Walker,
money. Well, that's a
when
given.
you need them.
But we also need to think about other things
You know,
like
Ranger
injunctions.
Walker.
And like
Where-
BZ
where
says,
is he
maybe
when
try to
you
do a
need him?
Rampart style
I know he's a
investigation
TV
where we get some kind of an
But
independent
where
commission
is
that's
some of those
federalized
Rangers?
to go in there and clean up these departments. Because what happened
I
to
guess
her
Texas
is so
Rangers
egregious. And the
what?
fact that they
Like
charged
state
her
police?
is just shocking to me. And that they threw that extra charge for like false alarm or whatever it is. Just
Dude, come on, like really? Help, fire, rape. Hello, help. I need help. I mean, come on, dude. I mean, we all know that you can yell that all you want, but if no one's taking you seriously, it's
Yep.
not an alarm.
Chain Link says DOJ. I agree, Chain Link. Yeah, and the cameras are exposing it, says Fish and Chips, and that's a big problem. The cameras are exposing it. So what's got to happen is they've got to get their single party system, get the one party state, get that big brother thing going. And then, once they have total control of your children's minds, K through 12,
is
to even
Democrat. I
question
don't know.
any of these guys that are body slamming people, it'll be just like communist China. They'll just send you to some Uyghur camp, and that's going to be the end of it. And it kind of feels that way when you look at what's been going on with the secret spying and the way they're trying to classify and label people who believe in self-defense, the Bill of Rights, and the Constitution as extremists. Kind of gives you pause for thought, doesn't it? It makes you realize that we're all in this together.
People, if you remember years ago, 2-3 years, it might be longer than that, they got prisons all over the United States. It's empty. And as they was talking about those prisons, they got, how it was in Germany, they had them camps, had a crematoria in it, the smokestack. Some of these prisons have it. They can arrest you, put you in these prisons, violating your rights to a speedy trial, and like that. You all remember that TV show? I forget who was the narrator of it. I don't think it was Hulk Hogan. It was somebody famous that done a story on it. All these prisons, it's empty in the United States, where if we riot, they'll put us in them and nobody will know where the heck we at. Fort Worth, Texas, you are hurting God's children. God is going to punish you people in Fort Worth, Texas. That's wrong. Let's see what the guy's name is. Matthew Kruger, Kreuger, Matthew, a recycled cop. That means when he was recycled, he was fired from another police
together, because like Benjamin Franklin said, you're either going to hang together or you'll surely hang separately. Give me a bunch of ones if you agree with that. That we should form parallel systems and try to rely on people that are more like-minded and try to help each other that way. Like, if you have a business, I recommend that you start doing business with other people on this channel, people in the sidebar. I recommend that that's how you go about your life, is to support people that support you. If some department store starts pushing some kind of crazy stuff on your kids and satanic crap that you don't agree with, then maybe you shouldn't shop at that store anymore. Maybe you could, get those goods through a friend of yours. Maybe even pay a little bit more money to help them with their business. All I'm suggesting is that Martin Luther King was a proponent of forming parallel systems. And I think that you guys and all of us could form parallel systems, and we can force other people who are, who run all these billion-dollar corporations to start doing what we want, instead of us, like Larry Fink saying, you have to force compliance. No, Larry, that's not right. We can think for ourselves. We don't need some billionaire jerk like you telling us how we have to think, that we have to comply with your weird sexualization of children and all that crap you're doing. No, we don't have to do that. So we can do our own thing, guys, and we can form parallel systems and look after one another and love each other. That's what we're supposed to be doing anyways, right? We have a very short journey on this planet together, and it'll be over soon. And body slamming people and all that stuff, and having rage and being vengeful is just a terrible thing that will give you cancer at some point. So
Hey,
anyway,
Mike, before you play that video to end it out or whatnot, what we need to do is not only put Kruger's head on that Nazi guy, but instead of papers, we need to start saying camera.
Show me your camera. Show me your camera. Show me your camera.
Where are your papers? Mav, where are they? Oh, you don't have any papers?
All right. So that's going to be it. That's going to be it for me for tonight, guys.
People,
Make sure to
let's
like
get
and
this
subscribe. Make sure to
video out
save, hit that
over
smash
the
button.
plan.
Pick up some
Truth
pop cards from
just
Chili if you
for
can.
all. That's what I stand for.
Donate to his
Let's make
GoFundMe.
America
Put
great.
it in the sidebar. Somebody, if you have his
Truth-
GoFundMe link.
Truth and justice
And
for all.
BZ, if you have anything to say, any goodbyes you want to say to everybody.
No, everybody knows how I feel. I'm gonna be out there on the road first thing early in the morning. We do have a city council meeting at 10 a.m. I'm gonna try to squeeze in there if I can. But outside of that, I don't even know if they're gonna let us speak because it was like a last minute thing. So, but I got to get some rest, guys.
Yeah, me too. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us, and I hope to see you soon. I'm not going to go live on the at Michael Eline channel tonight. I'm just too tired. But I really appreciate you guys joining me, and hopefully Chili will be back to take over his channel. I hope you guys are happy with the job that I'm doing, trying to help. I haven't blocked anybody, so somebody in the sidebar was saying that I'm blocking people. I'm not. I haven't blocked anyone. This isn't my channel. You know, I just am trying to help him while he's away and share information, but I don't block people. I don't do any of that. He has his own moderators who control moderation. And, but I can share with you that on my channel, a couple of weeks ago, a really cool viewer that was a friend of mine was also saying she was blocked, and I had not blocked her. And eventually she came back in. And so it looks like there's something going on with the algorithm besides the people
YouTube is
and control the
screwing up.
channels. I'm not really sure what's going on, guys, but I just want you to know, honest engine, I haven't blocked anyone. And if somebody is being blocked, report it to the administrator of Delete Lost channel, because I'm not the administrator, so they can do some kind of an investigation, because clearly I don't want any of Chili's people being blocked, who are especially Chili's good friends and stuff like that. That's not why I'm here. I'm just here to help. So anyways, God bless everybody. Make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to save, Semper Fi, do or die.
My name is Cam Ed.
So, people, you saw this where Carolyn got the hell beat out of her by Matthew Kruger. Well, what I'm going to do, I got to figure out where it is. Well, I'll go fill my cup up. Let's try this one. It ain't doing nothing. Let's try another one. Oh well, people, I'll be back. I gotta go get some more ice and drink some water. I'll be right back. Okay, people, hit the thumbs up, subscribe. I don't like bad police officers. The good ones, it's making them look bad. But it sounds like Fort Worth, Texas got all bad police officers. You know, we need to share this video. We need to get it out there. So, you know, this is wrong. This is totally wrong. They beat the hell out of this 60-something-year-old woman. You heard the story. There's a video, I guess it's from her cell phone or somebody, that showed this Kruger body slammer to the concrete or blacktop. She was unconscious. How can you resist when you're unconscious? Can you all answer that? I hate this. She's one of God's children. God does not want you to hurt his children. People, this pisses me off. You know, I thought Texas was a pretty nice state to live in, but Fort Worth, Texas is a hellhole. You heard that lawyer talk about Martin Luther King. I know he's African American, but the rights he was fighting for, just think about it. He fought the rights for the black and white. We got the same rights that the African American people does, thanks to Martin Luther King. You know, I just don't like what's going on. That's how come I want you to share it. MG Law, if you know MG Law and you're one of his people, get him to do a story. We need to get that out there in the national news. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. I posted on Twitter the link to this. So, but I don't have Facebook. I don't believe in Facebook because they violate your First Amendment rights and a few other things. But until they change it or somebody buys it like they did Twitter, I might join up for Twitter. Facebook. But right now, I will not sign up for Facebook because they violate your First Amendment rights. You know, can I share it to TikTok? I got one complaint about TikTok. When you subscribe to certain TikTok people, you only get so many. After that, you can't get no more you can subscribe to. There's this young girl. She's young, maybe 18, maybe older, maybe younger. They call her Barbie the Robot or something like that. She dances just like a robot. And I would like to share some TikTok videos, but I think it would probably get me a strike or Russia would get mad at me. There's these young girls and all this that sing some kind of song. I'm thinking maybe it's their national anthem, maybe. I can't speak Russian, but I like that music, whatever they singing about. I think it's beautiful. So people, let you know, I got a power washer. It was about $125. I had to put gas, check the oil, and all that. I washed the front of my porch. I washed the vinyl siding in the front. Then I went on the east side of the house and done that. Went up around the roof and got the green mildew off of it. I'll wait till tomorrow to see how good it looks because I plan to do the back of the house around the air condition. I'm going to take some of that paint chip where I can go down and match that green paint because I painted it a couple of years ago. And it was chipping, but since I took that pressure washer, it got down to the nitty gritty. But I have to go to, I guess, Lowe's or Home Depot. I forget where I got it the last time. I can't remember. I'm thinking Lowe's. And people, we need to keep this news video going. Hold Fort Worth, Texas responsible. Hold Kruger responsible. You know, they said FBI probably won't do nothing. I think there's a hate crime there. Maybe I'm wrong for feeling this way, but something in my brain telling me it's also a hate crime because he's a German and she's white. You know, could I be wrong? Yes, I could be wrong. But you still got some old Germans out there still believe about Jews, white people. You know, they don't like what we doing, filming them. But we have every right to film them. So people keep filming them. Make sure you got somebody else there it's filming too, in case something happens. People, write your congressmen and senators in Washington, D.C. See if they can get a federal register for bad cops who got fired and resigned because something they did. They need to put that in there. Fort Worth, Texas knew that Kruger got fired from what I've been reading. And like one state, I think it's South Carolina, that cops can lose their police certificate if it's drunk driving, domestic battery, I think excess force, I believe. You all can look it up. We need stuff like that. If they had a federal register or federal law in case a police officer got drunk, domestic battery, or like Kruger did, they lose their police certificate. That means they cannot go to work for another police department. We need a federal register. You got them for people who abuse animals. You got the sex offender register and a bunch of other stuff. Why can't they have a federal register for police abuse, or if they get fired, make it federal register. Also include losing their police certificate where they went to the police academy. Hope that'd stop them. I think South Carolina is the only one that got that law. If you're drunk driver, domestic battery, and a couple other things, they lose their police certificate. So I want you people, contact your congressman and senator, see if we can start a register for our bad police officers. If they get fired, what they got fired for, why they resigned, if they got sued, stuff like that. We need to have something like that. Leave it in the comments. I know some of you will look at it later. And you people in Russia, I know you watch this. I got a question for you, or somebody that knows the answer. I'm afraid to do it. Like, I want, that Barbie dancing robot. I like to share it on my YouTube channel from TikTok. There's some more on TikTok where these ladies, young and old, is singing a song. I guess it's your own national anthem. I guess. I love that music. But would I get in trouble for copyright if I share it from any country? I got in trouble Saturday because I watched the parade. Then I went to the car show that was up on the square. And they always play music, but they own the rights to it. But 11 countries had copyrights on it. And thanks to TB, Triumphs Beware, he told me where to go and how to do it. Thank you, TB. You all need to subscribe to his channel, Triumphs Beware. I want to talk something. It happened yesterday, Sunday, but I shared it today. Maybe I was sleeping when Turtle Boy went live. Him and this lady that was with him went to that I guess it's a pizza place. For two people, it cost about $80. No pizza is worth $80 for me. I wouldn't pay $80 for a pizza. I would starve before I pay that much for a pizza. Maybe it's hamburger or something else they got. But one of the employees, I take it he was an employee, is kin to where they found O'Keefe's body. That was kin to them. He came out and assaulted Turtle Boy. Oh, that pissed me off. And I know that pissed you all off. Then I'll forget her stupid name. You know who I'm talking about. It's one of McAllister's family member, made a U-turn, illegal park, got out of the white SUV. She assaulted Turtle Boy, took his phone. The cops didn't do anything, which the way they describe it, they have to see it. Well, my question for your lawyers out there have been watching Turtle Boy or the Karen Reed story. They didn't see it. But my question is, they looked at the video and they saw that being assaulted. Why didn't they arrest her for assault and battery and theft? Because she stole his cell phone, so that's theft. And it's assault and battery. And that guy that owns that pizza place, I forget the name of it, he is responsible for the conduct of his employees, since that guy assaulted him is kin to those people assaulted Turtle Boy. He was making a delivery. So that person that owns that place, business, where Turtle Boy and his girlfriend, I'm not saying girlfriend, she was a girl and was a friend. And this guy assaulted her before he went out to make a delivery. I think he's responsible. He should be arrested too, or they should be arrested. Accessories after the fact. Okay, another question. Will the prosecutor do anything to that lady and that guy, since that's part of the people? As you know, tomorrow, if I don't forget, I'm going to live stream on Karen Reed, the closing arguments. And like I say, I got my reasonable doubts. The evidence was not there. What is the FBI going to do? Because you all keep hearing when you watch it, mic mute, unmute it. I think that's the FBI. I guess they was using Zoom. That's only my opinion. That's the FBI. Courts don't give out a Zoom link unless you're one of the parties, but FBI probably is part of it. I said the FBI had wiretaps on every one of those phones that supposedly got wiped clean. As you heard Turtle Boy, when they done the phone thing, it says O'Keefe was in the house, that he went down the flight of steps. And whoever it was, a cop or somebody, says, well, they went up this road and it had an incline. People, you saw Turtle Boy in my video, or you saw it on his video, that there was no incline. And like I say, I think I'm going to film live stream it tomorrow morning. But I got my reasonable doubts. Go back to the videos when they was at that house. Miss Reed was out there in her SUV, and the police was behind her. I forget somebody who analyzed it. That shows the taillight was not busted out. You saw too much red. The police botched their investigation. And I watched FBI guy and somebody else, I guess the YouTube channel is Fish, I think, Garvin Fish. And I forget who the FBI agent was. He's also was a CSI person. If If I remember right, you do not use a leaf blower to blow the snow away to get down to the evidence. And you saw in the Karen Reed trial, the cops went across the street, got those red plastic cups to put the snow blood in it. You know, that's a no-no. Then they got a grocery bag from, I don't know, one of them brown bags. You don't do that, people. That's a no-no. Most of your CSI police department people got test tubes you can put it in, or petri dishes. They got bags that's sanitized, you know, not contaminated. Was she drunk? Some test says no, some says yes, but I don't believe she was. You know, there's other people that was there, you know. And another thing, people, when they show O'Keefe's arm, that was not done by her SUV. Those was dog bites, dog scratches. But why did those people get rid of that dog? Did they put it to sleep? They said they gave it to somebody. But I'm willing to bet to one they put that dog to sleep, because that's evidence in a murder case. I think that's why the FBI is involved in it. Corruption. You know. That's only my opinion. But what's going to happen, I'm going to say there's probably bookies out there probably taking bets on it. Not guilty, 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 sick manslaughter, this and that. From what I heard the prosecutor talk about, the witness for the prosecutor, then the defense question them, and so on. I got my reasonable doubt. And the coroner, if you listened to the coroner last week, death was undetermined. If he was murdered, the coroner would say he was murdered. He didn't say that. Death undetermined. So how come that state can charge Karen Reed with murder and the coroner is undetermined? I want to thank Turtle Boy. You all need to subscribe to Turtle Boy. He keeps us up to date on the Karen Reed. That's what got me in to live streaming Karen Reed's trial, because of Turtle Boy. And I listened to prosecutor open statements, then I heard the defense open statements, and I watch that trial every day and afternoon. And it's not right. She didn't do that. Those people that was in that house done it. Killed them in the basement. And another thing, they dug the basement up. Why? There was blood all over the basement and the walls. You know, that's only my opinion. But why is the FBI involved? That's a funny question, people. I got a feeling they had wiretaps on those people's phones. Some of the things that I heard in court, they wonder where the defense got that information when they wiped their phone clean. It's not over with, people. If they find her not guilty, I'll be satisfied. If they find her guilty, here's another question. She didn't get her speedy trial. So many days out of the week, they didn't have court. I've never heard that before. You go every day unless it was a holiday. So she didn't get her speedy trial. That's 5 days a week, not Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, or whatever it was. You know what I'm talking about. She didn't get her speedy trial. And you all seen what happened to Turtle Boy Sunday. I showed you that today on my YouTube channel. I was disgusted about what that lady did that helped cover up the murder case of O'Keefe. I said she was involved in it. She assaulted and theft of Turtle Boy's cell phone. She took his cell phone. That's theft without his permission. She assaulted him. That's assault and battery. Or maybe she could be charged with sexual battery. That's a point. But when you got a crooked county like that is, and crooked prosecutor, I don't think the judge was crooked. There's things that the prosecutor shouldn't object to. If you watch the DUI guy, he live stream it. He's a lawyer. He's a good DUI lawyer. If you've been watching his channel, I said he probably will live stream it tomorrow too. So you want to go to the DIU channel, Court TV, Law. I think it's Law and Crime. I think it is. I've done it on all of them. But I don't think the DUI guy mind me sharing his video when he's live streamed, because I'm not making no money. I'm not picking any subscribers up. I do sometimes, but not that much. But I'm not making no money from YouTube. And I'm letting you all know I stand for truth and justice for all. Another YouTube channel I watch, he stands for corruption, truth and justice for all. That's for public safety. You might want to subscribe to his channel, because he has exposed ex-Sheriff Jamie Noe of Clark County, and Michael Kaiser. Michael Kaiser is not a veteran. He took boot camp twice and still didn't pass boot camp. Back when I was in the service, people, you consider as a veteran 10 to 30 days. After I got out, they changed it, I think, to 90 days, I think, before you be classified as a veteran. Don't ask me why. Yeah, I'm a veteran of United States Marine Corps, boot camp Parris Island. I can only remember one drill sergeant. He's an African American guy. And his name was Sergeant. Hush! You keep falling out of the window, you stupid cat. You go to sleep and you fall out of it. I don't mind you sitting up there, but night, no. That's a bad boy. How many times you gonna fall? You can hurt your head, you dummy. You're nothing like your daddy. Barry, you're nothing like your mama Tina. You lovable like your mama Tina and your daddy, but you're acting stupid. I've told you not to go to sleep. 'Cause I'm getting tired of getting my head fall on with your claws putting holes in my brain. I got plenty of holes in my brain. I don't need no more holes in my brain. I'm sorry, people. But he keeps falling out. He keeps falling asleep. I even got my window shut where he can't get fresh air. He still goes to sleep. You know, I love my kitty cats. I know some people says I'm a cat hoarder. So I'm going to put my post office box out there. It's Tom Cartwright, 4375 at Post Office Box 1, Charlestown, Indiana, 47111. If you want to send me stuff, you know, hoodies, which is extra large, pant size is 36, length is about 30. If you want to send me kitty cat treats, that's okay. And or cat climbing things like a cat pole. I don't think you could send that to the mail. So that leaves that out. If you want to send me money, you can either use my Cash App. Here's my Cash App. It's the $, Tom Cartwright, 4375. People, I'm in my 70s. 4 heart attacks / strokes. I cannot use a push more. My heart doctor says no. He said I had to get a rider, if you know what I mean. So far, since I live here 5 or 6 years, I had somebody give me a John Deere rider. The mower deck bearings locked up. I didn't have the money, but I traded that John Deere mower in on my Toyota, plus my 92 Ford Ranger, plus $1,200 from a stimulus check. And I made $50 a month on it till I got it paid off from my friend. So I need a new riding lawnmower or zero turn. People say since I got arthritis, I need to exercise my arm. A zero turn, you got those bars that you can move front, backwards, or stuff like that. Some people says, Tom, since you're old, you need to get the commercial type because that's the one. It has the bar that goes over your head in case you flip over. I don't have any hills. I've got some ditches in my driveway that if I get over too far, some are going to flip over. So if you want to send a donation for a new lawnmower, you can send a cashier's check. I can put that into my savings account until I get the money for a zero turn or a rider. I got a metal shed that I keep my lawnmower in. The push mower and weed eaters in the new shed with the power washer. I get out and look at it tomorrow, front of the house, part of the porch. I did spray some of the carpet. I'll probably have to cut some of that carpet
and just buy me some more green carpet and put down. You know. What I bought at the dollar store, it's only maybe 4 feet long, maybe 3 feet wide. I think the front porch would have to be 6 feet wide, maybe 10 to 20 feet long. I'm just guessing. And I'm doing, using a pressure washer. The only thing I'm doing is squeezing the trigger and pushing the button, then squeeze the trigger. I guess it's a safety factor, I guess. I checked the oil, filled it up with gas because it was empty. The guy said his son changed the oil in it. And it did quit on me. I figured, man, I didn't use that much gas. I had a half tank. So I filled it up with gas. Plus, I checked the oil because the oil was full before I checked it. And I checked it when it quit. It still was full. So maybe it got a little hot. I don't know how these pressure washers works. But I checked the oil, filled it up, started up, went back to washing. I got my east side of the house all done. I think I got it's the west side of the house. I got the south side of the house, north side of the house done. I got the east side of my house done. Now I got to get the south side. I'll probably do that tomorrow. But I want to thank you all for joining my live stream. I hate to see a woman get abused like Carolyn did. She got knocked unconscious, pooled blood all over the ground. Said, stop resisting, stop resisting. I saw that video. I wish I could find it. How can she resist when she's unconscious? Can you all explain it to me? I sure can't explain it. You can't resist when you're unconscious. This is not the first time Kruger slammed somebody's face into concrete or blacktop. Maybe it's the second or third time. He should be in jail or prison. You saw the video tonight with her lawyer. That must have been his YouTube channel, because it really had a close-up of her face. She had 2 black eyes. You seen her shoulder, her elbow. She had stitches. That was police abuse. That was uncalled for. I can't go for that, people. That's not truth and justice for all. And I want you all to share it. Make sure it makes the national news. There's something wrong in Fort Worth, Texas. I'm sorry, people, if you're on my live stream or you watch this later. That's your city. That could have been your sister or your mother or your aunt or your daughter. It has to stop. It has to stop now. People, those lawsuits cost you money. I think they should make a federal law. It might stop it. That all police officers, city, county, state, federal, or whatever, have carried their own liability insurance. I'd like to know your opinion on this. Leave it in the comments what you think about that. Even police officers, retired police officers, if you have to pay for a 10 million insurance policy, liable insurance policy, would you still be an a-hole? I like to know what your thoughts is about that. This police brutality, choking people out, and I told you that I believe this happened in Louisville, Kentucky. It was an it was Louisville, Kentucky, where these cops choked this black guy in Louisville, Kentucky. I could be wrong, but for some reason, I got Louisville, Kentucky on my mind. I could be wrong. Put his knee into the guy's throat. And the guy said he couldn't breathe. Those cops killed this guy while the other cops was just standing around watching. That's how come we need a federal register for the bad cops. And also include into it, they lose their police certificate. That way they cannot be a police officer. Another department hires that person, they have to go to the police academy again. What do you all think about that? I want to know, people. So we, the people, we want to know. What do you think of having the federal register for your bad police officers who got fired, excessive force, domestic battery, drunk driving while they're on duty, off duty? You're a police officer. People's going to be watching you when you're off duty, going in bars, getting drunk, and driving home. I've seen that happen. I know years ago when I lived in Charlestown, they had all kinds of city cops, county cops going in bars, get drunk. I've seen them drunk where they zigzagging in the bar, then they drive home. That's wrong. If it was you and me, we'd get arrested for drunk driving. If you remember, you hear public safety talk. This cop, that Jamie Nohar, he was an ex-state trooper. I guess he couldn't leave the whiskey bottle alone. He lived 2 counties away, I guess, Corden area. He drove a police car from Clark County Sheriff's Department in Indiana. He was drunk. He wrecked it. But I know years ago when they start giving out those police cars for take home, you had to live in the city, or if you was county, you had to live in the county. Well, that means you had to live in the city of Charlestown. I just told you, Socks. You went to sleep again. Get off of the floor. I hope he ain't hurt. He ain't. How many times I told you? How many times don't you meow? Don't you meow? I keep telling you. I'm not giving you any loving. No, you're wrong. You're a bad boy. I got my bed as close as I can. But people, that makes me mad. That police department like Fort Worth, Texas, allow this shit to happen. Sorry, but I disagree with Fort Worth, Texas, allowing this bull crap. I don't agree with it, period. I don't like it. If I'm up at 9 o'clock, I will live stream closing arguments of Karen Reed's murder trial. And I don't know who's going to live stream it. I'm hoping the DUI guy will live stream it. DUI guy, I don't mind. I hope you don't mind if I share your live stream if you're doing it tomorrow. Because you're a lawyer. I know some about the law. I've seen cases in court that I have attended. But the people on your channel, my channel, other people's channel, they like it when you're doing it live. Explain it to people. As I told people about your YouTube channel, as a lawyer, I like how you explain it. Because you explain it where somebody who's slow like me that don't really understand it. You make it where anybody, no matter how smart or how dumb you are, Mr. Foreman. So if you live stream it tomorrow, like I say, I don't make no money. I don't get no money because I don't have 1,000 subscribers. Do I pick up a few? I might pick up one every couple of weeks. But I like how you give your point of view. And I know you've been there in court in the Karen Reed's murder case. You got to talk to her lawyers, which I think are very smart defense lawyers. They brought things out that prove that she's not guilty. And if you don't mind, DUI guy, if you're doing it live, I would live stream you because I like the way that how you narrate it. I seen your closing arguments on some of your DUI cases. That's pretty good. And I've seen some of the prosecutor. You make the prosecutor look bad. Since you've been following Karen Reed's story, you're a smart lawyer. And if I ever get in an accident, DUI guy, I think I hire you. Because I had one of your Kentucky lawyers that advertise on TV. People, I want you to be wary of it. If you get in a car wreck and it's not your fault, You have the right to sue. But I would ask your friends or people you know have been in wrecks, who do they get for a lawyer? How much money did you get? How much did they promise that they would get? Well, this cotton picking lawyer people said I get $50,000 or more. But did I get it? Hell no. I'm not going to mention the lawyer's name. It's a big long law firm in Kentucky. And people, some of you got insurance. They pay the first $5,000. If you're on Social Security, you know you have to pay your car insurance back, the first $5,000. You have to pay Medicaid care and all that back. And the lawyer gets 40%. So, but check and see what they get. I think 40% is a little bit high. Maybe 15 to 25%, but 40%, that sucks. I don't know how much the DUI got, but since he's licensed in Kentucky and Indiana, but Indiana got different laws than Kentucky. But also, people, when you're in a car wreck, you're going to have thousands and thousands of dollars of medical bills. Or you've been in the hospital a week or more. I went to rehab. I went a couple of months. They told me they put it in the paperwork there'd be future medical bills because he'd be coming back in a few months or so. I still got problems with my rotary cup. But did I get paid for future medical bills? Hell no. When I talk to a person, I tell them who it is. I said, just ask your friends that you know that been in car wrecks. It's not their fault. So the next time I get in a car wreck, I'm going to have video. I did go to the hospital, but I was in the ER maybe an hour or so, x-rays, rehab a few months. But can I go back to rehab? I probably can, but that means my insurance is going to have to pay for it. My insurance does pay for my pain medicine. But I'd say when I'm in pain, my female cat's in here either laying on my shoulder or close to it, like they know when I'm hurting. They know when I'm hurting before it starts to hurt. They're like a service animal. So, people, I hope you enjoyed it. It's time to get off of here. So I'm going to turn my camera back on because you all know what I look like. As some of you new on here, that means it's time to get off. R-E-Z-A. I want to thank you all for watching this. Russia, Germany, wherever you all are at. Thank you. So let's see what else is on. I don't know if she's on now or not. I like Izzy. Imig. I-M-I-G. I like her. She's a very smart lady. Her husband's a veteran. And I don't know if she's live or not. Let me see. No. Izzy somewhere on the expressway. So, no, I'm not going to share that one. Let's see what else is on it. Might be live. You know, MG Law should be on. I don't see MG Law. Nope. No MG Law. Nick Starro, I think he's on live. No, his live stream is over with. Yeah, it's over with. See? But there's nobody live right now besides me. Now, I can't show that because YouTube don't like politics. There's Teresa Freeman. I can't, this girl is a drug addict. She's conning all them people to send her money where she can buy more drugs. She lost custody of her kids. Her family asked, for her to get help. She won't get help. She's counting on the people from YouTube to send her money where she can buy more drugs. She don't want to quit. Well, Steak, that's 2 hours ago. He's not like. I might do something tomorrow. I don't know. But I want to do that live stream on Karen Read closing arguments. People, I know you all been watching the Karen Read trial for the last 20 some odd days. What's your outcome? We might get a surprise. juries you never know about. I'm going for not guilty because I've been watching that trial every day, morning and afternoon. If I'm sleeping, I watch it later in the night. So I'm just wondering, is not guilty by by reasonable doubt. I got my reasonable doubt. The evidence ain't there. It's not there, people. I'm sorry. You saw, if you've been watching the Karen Reed story, when they was where O'Keefe was found, you saw her SUV. You look in the right-hand corner, they show a blow up. The red lens was all intact. It was there. You saw the pictures. They show the pictures of it in the courtroom. The police did not rope off the crime scene. They used a snowblower. They used the red cups from the neighbor you can buy at a dollar store. They use a regular brown paper bag that you can get in some grocery stores. You don't use that. It's contaminated. They couldn't, I don't think you can get DNA out of it. You people at CSIs. Since that was in the snow, you know it's going to melt. Because when you put it in your vehicle, it's going to melt. That means it's diluted. Am I wrong for saying that? I don't think I am. And you saw the pictures of O'Keefe's arm. That's not from a car wreck or SUV. That's from dog bites. I'm sorry, people. It's from dog bites. I've seen dog bites before. I've been bitten. And you also saw the coroner on the death, no cause, no cause of death. So how can they charge her with murder when the coroner, who is a doctor, states no cause of death? Yeah, he did die, but Karen Reed didn't kill him. Those people in the house did. Watch Turtle Boy. You see what happened to Turtle Boy Sunday. Or you can go back and watch my video that I done to Monday morning, sometime Monday, of the Turtle Boy. I wouldn't got into watching Karen Reed's trial if it wasn't for Turtle Boy. If it wasn't for Turtle Boy talking about it on his YouTube channel, then the news stations picked it up. And it had been all over the planet. So, Turtle Boy, I'll probably go live tomorrow because I got a feeling he's going to be in court. And he had taken notes. Then if it's lunchtime and take a break, he'd probably come out and talk about it. And it's the DUI guy, if he live stream it, you can hear his point of view because he's a lawyer in Louisville, Kentucky. If he's live streaming, then I would live stream his YouTube channel. The only thing I request if I do DUI guy that you subscribe to his channel, give him the thumbs up. I've seen his closing arguments in the DUI case. And prosecutor, I'm not sure. I like to see his outcome comes Tuesday and see, I know he's going to make some comments. And I don't know, you all can tell me, can a lawyer on the other side, since it's closing arguments, can they object in closing arguments? I can't remember. I don't know if they could do that or not. I don't know. That's how come I'm asking you all. You can leave it in the comments. I'll look at it later. If I don't lose this, I'm going to show you another video sometime this week. This lady owns some property. She had it surveyed a couple of years ago. Then a nasty neighbor trying to take her property away. But the cop was taking the other side's that trying to steal her property. I left her some comments. I said, contact the Institute for Justice. I don't know if they handle it or not. I said, make sure you get it surveyed. Because there is people out there trying to steal people's property. That's exactly what this person's doing. I might do that. So, people, you have a good night. Have a great Tuesday, no matter where you are on the planet. And you people, it's in Russia. I guess China, Japan, because they look Japanese. I can't tell maybe it's Korea. Is Barbie the dancing robot or something like it? I like to share that, but maybe it's copyright. It's on TikTok. And another thing on TikTok, it's Russia that I like. They singing a song. It sounds like the national anthem, but I can't speak Russian. If I was the sheriff, would that be a copyright strike? What will YouTube do since it's from Russia? I like Russia. Back when I was young, teenage years, I had pen pals. Over 60% was from Russia. I think the other few percent was from Finland. But I like the Russian ladies. They seem very smart. I don't know. I'm going to look at YouTube, see if I can find something about Russia. I don't know what music is about. I say the national anthem. Well, let me go to TikTok. Maybe they're on there and I can tell you what I mean. Oh, it's TikTok, 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 TikTok. And there. No. Okay, where's TikTok? I know I'm blind as a bat even with my glasses on. I probably passed it up and didn't even know that. There's X, there's TikTok. So I'm hoping they got some cute girls in there. Oh, those pretty kitty cats from Sabrina. Man, they showing this one. Boy, she's making me hungry. Baby Bell. No. I got my volume turned down because there's usually some music. I don't want to get from 11 countries for copyright music. Boy, you look like my ex-wife. There's a cute lady. Boy, I'm going to be dreaming tonight. Quit showing food, people. You're making me hungry. I want to keep my weight like it is. Oh, look at this kitty cat. See that kitty cat on a rooster? Ain't that pretty? I think that's cute that the rooster letting that kitty cat do that. I guess. Usually it's on here every night, the Barbie dancing robot, but it's not on. I missed it. Well, I was going to show you that, but can't. Boy, that's scary. Well, I'm looking something that that I was talking about. Not a little midget, no. I was going to show you some of this music from Russia. That way you all could explain to me what it's about. So I'm going to leave the music off. Yeah, that's Barbie. She dances like a robot. This is on TikTok. I've been watching her for better than a month. She moves like a robot. So this is weird. Won't get. Hello, Cheeto. Yeah, I'm doing fine, my friend. I shared a video a while ago where I guess Carolyn down in Fort Worth, Texas, got beat up by the Fort Worth Police Department. Yeah, I'm doing good. I better type that in because he'll see it later. So since nobody's on here, I'm going to say good night. Thank you all for joining. The truth and justice for all. God bless America.